can happen. So maybe you guys can share with us personally, or maybe in your field of work, what do you think are the challenges that we currently face in really maintaining good nutrition? And I think the key word there is maintaining. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah. Well, there's four things I think that would be like the biggest struggles. Number one is the busy lifestyles. Everyone has so many things going on. It's so hard to make time for yourself in choosing certain food items. Another one would be misinformation. This is very, very big. You'll see it a lot. You just scroll a little bit online and there's new information of what you can and can't eat, and it's very, very frustrating. Another thing would be food accessibility. A very big struggle for a lot of individuals, especially as prices tend to go up, even for your fresh produce. And then, of course, you have your cost as well. Like, aside from are you able to access it, it's also are you able to afford it. Right? These are some of the biggest struggles that I see a lot of my clients and even myself face. That's why I love events that are like this, where it educates us, because it gives you an opportunity to learn more about how you can integrate new things into your life, and also being able to see how you can put these things into the context of you, right? Okay, how am I going to add more of this nutrient-dense product? How do I learn more about how it fits into my life? Like, these are the things that are so important.
So really, practicality of application is so important
Yes.
as well. So being able to immerse yourself in groups like this where we learn, but also making sure that you can apply it. Thank you for that solution. I was actually going to ask Kelly as well. So what do you think are some of the challenges and perhaps a solution that you've come up with, or you think we should be implementing also?
Okay, so I'm a mom. I have a son, Tristan. He's 9 years old, and I've always been interested in nutrition. As soon as he was born, it's like something clicked in my brain, mommy brain. Like, okay, I have to provide the best for my child and for myself, my family. It's like something that I think all moms can relate to. And yes, definitely a misinformation, because there's just so much. It's just hard to choose, like, okay, which is really healthy? Like, it's very confusing. Just the topic of organic alone. Like, I didn't know, I thought I knew what organic was until I got here, and then I learned more about it, and it's so different from what was in my head. And I think learning more about learning more about all these information and learning from the right source is very important. And yeah, I think it's all about that and trying to just spread the word. Like, definitely I will be like sharing to my followers like what real organic is and what nutrition is. It's something that's very broad and very much discussed, but very confusing. And yeah, that's something that I think as Filipino moms, like, we have to like set straight.
I love that you touched on that, because I agree that nutrition, especially when you're, it's not just for yourself, you're also responsible for someone else. It can get really overwhelming. So sometimes it kind of cripples you. You just kind of stop,
Like,
right?
just going to the grocery alone, like sometimes I spend like 2 hours just like reading all these, like what's in the back, what's this, what are the ingredients, and googling it, and it can be very confusing and overwhelming for moms.
So from Kelly, making sure that you get, of course, educating yourself, but making sure that you are getting the right information from the right people. Because like
Yes.
what you have both mentioned, there's a lot of misinformation out there. It's very, very accessible. So it's easy also to make that mistake. Thank you. How about we move into sustainability a little bit now? So Joe, maybe you could talk about this a little bit. What for you is sustainable nutrition?
Thank you for the question. It's giving Miss Universe. But sustainable nutrition for me would fall on two categories, which is on the individual level and then in the bigger picture, right? In the individual level, your sustainable nutrition is your nutrition choices. Can you keep this up? And for how long can you keep this up, where you're enjoying the food that you're eating, you're feeling nourished, feeling energized, and you're not feeling restricted and frustrated all the time. But on the larger scale, sustainable nutrition is how long can you feed the people on this planet? How long can you do that for? And also, what is the impact to the environment that you do this? So it's not just about having nutrient-dense food, it's also the production, the impact to the environment, the economic impact as well. You're looking at, are the things that we're doing in order to feed all of the humans on Earth going to be able, are we going to be able to keep this up? And what's the long-term impact of this, especially to the environment? Because, you know, global warming is real. You can really feel it when you go outside, right? So like, how are we going to make sure that we are fed well, nutrient-dense foods for a long time, and make sure that this is going to be something we can keep up? Like, we're not sacrificing things.